Brothers, welcome, Didge Mother here, and today together with Mr. Andrea Ferroni, and he's my beautiful Italian friend. And last time I talked about how to play together and give you ideas about it, and now I'm again with another musician, so let's do tutorial number 2 about how to play together. The first time in my memory that we played together was in a house of Holger in Berlin, yeah. And I remember you lived in a small apartment, or an apartment in Turin?
Yeah, in Turin.
Yeah, and so you were always trying to be aware of the neighbors, right?
Absolutely.
So, and I was playing a lot on the street that time, so I was as loud as possible. When we tried to play together, I couldn't hear him.
Yeah.
You couldn't hear yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty normal. I started to create very soft sound, clean sound, and so even the didgeridoo that I used were made differently to emphasize those small sounds, like a very soft toots or the basic drone with a very low volume.
Yeah. So this is interesting already. Like, so we had a volume problem, and I didn't play, that much real music at that time, and I don't know if you did. So we were still in search of how to play together, and now I think we will do much better, because we know about dynamics, so loud and soft, and how to adjust to other musical instruments also that might be less loud than the didgeridoo, or louder than a didgeridoo, like drum kit. So this is already something to think about, the volume, how you can mix that together. I want to ask you, how would you play together with another musician or another didgeridoo player? Can you?
Okay, nice. So if I have to play with other musician or other didgeridoo player, it depends. So if I'm talking about other musician, I consider two main kind of musicians, even if they are different. But for playing with the didgeridoo, I prefer to divide musician. They have a sound that is very close to the didgeridoo sound, so the bass or the drum or other kind of percussions, or maybe a tuba or something like that. And so in the low frequency range, and other musicians, they play with an higher frequency range, like guitar, flute. In my case, one of the best combination was with Lorenzo Giorda, that is a thereminist player, and even if he can play a very wide range of sounds.
Theremin is that instrument where you use your hands to...
yeah.
Okay,
so,
just to, theremin. Check
yeah,
it out.
You have just two sticks, and the closer you go with one hand to the stick, you change the frequency, and with the other one you can control the dynamic, so the volume, like that. And the combination is a sort of violin played in the air. And in this case, since it is an electronic instrument, the sound is very clear, very brilliant, even when you go in the lowest frequencies. And so, when I play with this melodic instrument, I have no problem, because you can recognize that the two sounds are very different each other, and they are quite far each other, and so you can recognize them, you can listen and read what it is inside of the music we are playing. But if I play with a drummer or a percussionist with big drums, or if I play with another didgeridoo player, I prefer to have small bells, and in this case the sound came out a bit more brilliant. For example, Charlie McMahon did with the didgeridoo, as well as Axis. So Michael Jackson and Mike Edwards, they divided the sound using didgeridoo also with smaller bell. At the opposite, Michael Jackson, for example, if you don't know him, try to look for him on the net. When he plays solo, he prefers to use bigger bells, and the sound is a bit more fat and more powerful, more aggressive, but it is not good to play with a band. And so I try to do the same when I play the didgeridoo. I can use a smaller bell maybe, or anyway I ask the musician they play with me, or we keep agreement, and I prefer to have someone who take the bass, who continue to play the bass, and with a rhythmical pattern maybe, or with a very staccato sound like or not too much aggressive, and the other one maybe can play with the overtone line, something like this. This is my favorite way. Then after a while we can change, and so if I played as a solo, then the other musician will play the solo and I will play the bass. This is also used a lot in jazz music, where we have a band and after a while they know 8 bars where every musician can say something. So we have to take agreement, but this is the way I like to do.
Yeah. So also, if you have melody instruments, how do you go about it with the tone of the didgeridoo?
It depends on the kind of music, but I have to talk with the musician that probably he doesn't know so well the didgeridoo, and so we have to think we have to play on just one scale, or I have to take with me at least a couple of didgeridoo to play with different keys.
So that's it. If you have to make agreements, and there's different ways to make agreements. Like Andrea said, you can be an accompaniment one, and another part you can be the soloist, and then the other musician can be the accompaniment. And there's also, I think, important to play together to find different parts and different dynamics, and again, agreements are good for that. I remember playing with Triple D, old school band of mine, with Michiel Teichler, also on the didgeridoo, and a percussionist. And then it was really clear that your bass and the other one is doing solo on top. And then there were also parts where we changed, and we use sort of an African system to make a call. For instance, if you do and then you go into a new part. So if you start playing in a band, you need agreements on melody. What is the melody line? You need to know it. He said the didgeridoo is a very nice slide instrument that also I use a lot playing with a band, because, like you explained, the brilliance is there. The bass will be, if you had an instrument with a lot of bass, it will be absorbed by all the other sounds in the band, the bass and the drums, and so then it's smart to play with the harmonics and the voice and the toots, so it's clear that there is actually an extra instrument. So let's play together, and I'm gonna play a super simple rhythm with nothing super special on it, and you're gonna have some fun with it.
Yeah, okay.
And then at one point I'm gonna make a little call and make sure that he gets it, and then he's gonna sort of make a sort of bass, and I'm gonna have some fun and do like a solo kind of thing. Yep, here we go.
We go. Thank you, Liz.
Yes, thank you, Andrea. So that's sort of the idea that we discussed with two didgeridoos. How can you make it work? We were also thinking about dynamics and...
Yeah, also. It's really important because if someone try to fight to say to the audience, I'm here, the audience knows that you are there. And it's even good to exchange, like when you are making a dialogue with someone.
Yeah.
If all talk together is a mess. I'm quite happy because we didn't try before. We didn't have time. We enjoyed our time together, and so we didn't play so much. But it was nice because I immediately recognized that we were listening each other. And so I don't know how it will sound on the video, but I was very clear where the beat was.
That's it. And for me also, I just enjoyed it. I had fun, and I think that also often reflects. So not too much in your head, but in your ear and in your feeling, and be aware of the sort of little agreements we made.
Yeah.
Okay, so little second idea of how to play together. Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you. Thank you very much to host this video in your channel. Yay. And to me in your channel. So thank you very much.
Love my beautiful friends. Have fun.
Bye.